So we get asked frequently, what does the future of the workplace look like? And where does work from home play into it? Now, from our perspective, there is no one prescriptive for the work from home or workplace of the future. Now, there's a recent headline on the Wall Street Journal that said, the work from home trend is showing some cracks. Why would that be? So let's go back. Let's go back, those many months to when the pandemic started and lockdown happened. And what happened? Everybody grabbed their computers and went home with fear and trepidation for their jobs. Well, let me tell you, that could provide a lot of motivation. And everybody said, I was so productive at home. I got so much done. Well, look at what options there were. You could work or you could walk. You could work or you could go for a walk. There were no options. So you add the fear factor to it, and now you've got people very productive. Microsoft put out a statistic about how 54% of the people said they were burnt out working from home because of all the Zooms and the Zoom fatigue. And I'm sure that we've all felt a good bit of Zoom fatigue over the many months that we've been doing this. But you add to that all the distractions that we've had. When you're at home, there are a number of distractions for many of us. Heck, if you have kids, you will be worrying about World War II breaking out at any time. But the biggest piece of this is there was a lack of culture building being done in the virtual world. Now, I'm the first to say that I think you can maintain some culture, especially if it's a company that's been around for a long time and there's an agreed upon set of behaviors. You can maintain that culture, but to build culture in a virtual world is very difficult. So we were all virtual, doing what we could to keep connected to each other. And then this thing went on so long that we had to start onboarding new people. Now there's a big problem there, onboarding new people in a virtual world where they don't ever get to meet each other. Now you're building culture, not maintaining. And also you're missing out on that time in the office where the younger people get to learn from how the older people work, how the more experienced people work in the workplace. They listen, they learn, they pick up. That mentorship is very difficult to happen in a virtual world. Now, we use the term culture a lot, especially at working spaces. We really feel like we are culture architects. But if you ask people, define culture, there's a lot of people that are going to stammer and stutter trying to come up with some coherent definition. Now, the best definition that I've found is that it's an agreed upon set of behaviors that have been created and maintained by the employees. Is that really possible virtually? It's very difficult to do. And it's really where the seeds of culture are grown, is in the office. Zoom CEO, the technology that we have used as our reason why virtual work could be done, came out in Inc. magazine and said, technology-wise, we are not ready to fully work from home. It may be 15 years out for productivity and the infrastructure to allow for full work from home solutions. This was in the past year, he said this, during the pandemic. And this is the technology we've said is our technology that is the reason why virtual work can happen. It can happen in short bursts, but it's tough to do for long term. Netflix CEO. You may have heard about him coming out and saying work from home is a pure negative, quote unquote, pure negative. Look, we've got to look to the past to inform the future. There are other companies that tried this way before the pandemic. Yahoo, IBM, Pitney Bowes. They all tried to bring at least a portion of their workforce home as agile or whatever they called it at the time, and they all brought them back. And why? They claimed the same things. Innovation was depleted. They could not move fast enough. Deadlines were missed. Collaboration was lacking. There were distractions that were keeping people from collaborating. And then that word pops up again, culture. They were losing the soul of the company through a virtual medium. Now, there's two ways to look at this. That's from the employer perspective and the employee perspective. From the employer perspective, the office is really the anchor of the loyalty of the employees. Employees have a vast capacity for loyalty. I mean, I think we've all probably heard people say, look, I've been offered another job, it's making more money, but I'm not gonna go because I love this company and I love what they're doing. Now you take them into a virtual world, and believe it or not, you're renting your employees. Because if you become nothing but a face on a screen, the next person that pays them $1 more, they're gonna run. Because if I'm gonna work from home and be looking at a screen, I might as well get paid more money. That increases your turnover rate, and every bit of turnover you have has a dollar figure attached. There is a dollar figure for that turnover rate, and to find someone else and get them onboarded and trained, it costs money. Now, from the employee perspective, it's clear. If you prove that your presence is not necessary, now all of a sudden, the whole world becomes your competition. They can get your job for cheaper somewhere else. This is the great myth that's going to drive salaries down, thinking that work from home works for all organizations. And it does work for some. There is no doubt. But there's definitive reasons why it works. And for me, I want to make sure that my presence is necessary. There's a reason why things made by hand cost more money, because it's an experience that you want and you pay more for. If you take that out of the equation, it's very easy to lower that salary range. So, like I said, work from home works in some instances. So let's dig into where that works. So I have a brother. He works for a company. Only a few employees. It's the owner's son, and him. They've been together for over 25 years. They have a mutually agreed upon shorthand. So it works for them. They do a lot of heads down work, and they've gotten rid of their office. That works. Places with little or no collaboration, IT, call centers. These places can allow for a work from home strategy. Now, I have another brother that's worked remotely for years, and he's changed companies multiple times. Again, he's happy doing it, but if he's, all things being equal, somebody's going to pay him more money to do the exact same thing, and there's nothing tying him to the company, nothing anchoring him like the office or the employees or the collaboration between people. It's really easy to go. So what does the future look like? I believe hybrid is here to stay. We do it in our organization. The office becomes the collaborative and social hub of the company. Totally get it. That works. Homing from work. The idea of homing from work. Making and creating spaces where people feel as comfortable as they did at home, and encouraging that creativity and collaboration in the office. And the one suggestion we give our clients all the time is when you're coming back to the office, seek the counsel of the employees. Look, we've all had a master's graduate level class in working remotely. We all were forced to have this education. So coming back to the office and incorporating a work from home component to your week and your month and your year, you'd be well served to reach out to those people that are going to be affected by it most and how that could work best for your organization. The workplace of the future is changing. How we used to do business has changed forever. Being on the forefront of that is what we do at Working Spaces, and really helping and consult with our clients on that topic. We are your culture architects.